Hi everybody, it's Jessica Nicole Dickerson, aka JND, and welcome back to another video. So this is day 4 of the reading rush. That means we have today 3 more days left. 3 more days. Ooh, and I have finished 4 books already, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna try and do another 2 today. We'll see if Scrib poops out on me yet. Hopefully not. I was supposed to be in a acting digital webinar this morning. I paid $5 for it, but I've been waiting in the waiting room for 15 minutes, so I just kind of gave up on it. Waste of $5. I'll cry about it later because that was a whole digital book I could have bought. But yeah, if you're struggling with Zoom, because she was emailing us and stuff, it's like, how are you supposed to be teaching me about self-tapes and y'all don't even know how to use Zoom? Like, how are you supposed to teach me about the digital age of acting moving forward during the pandemic, but you don't know how to use Zoom? So dipped out of that class real quick because I was just like, you know what, I've signed up for a bunch of webinars and I'm just trying to stay inspired and stay motivated and hopefully learn new tips. But you know what, I'm not going to aggravate myself today over a class like that. No offense. I'm sure she knew what she was talking about. She was probably just having a hard day. It's fine, and I'm not going to sit in a room. Yeah, no, it's fine. But we have uploaded day 3. So day 3 was pretty successful. I read 2 books, as you guys might have saw. If you haven't been seeing and keeping up with the vlogs, do so. So I read Black Flamingo and I Want to Be Where You Are yesterday. And then this morning, because it's already 12, I started You Should See Me in a Crown by Leigh Johnson, and I am 20 pages in, and let me set this down. Immediate thoughts about this book is that I am liking it to an extent. I do feel like I'm only 25 pages in, but I'm already feeling like there's a lot of pressure on this girl to do the right thing for her mom, who seems to have passed away because of sickle cell. I don't know. That's not a giveaway because that's literally in the first 20 pages. She's talking about the pressures of her mom wanting her to go to her dream school, her alma mater, and that's just way too much pressure. So I'm already hoping that we squash that later on in the future, because the worst thing I think we can do is tell teens who are in high school that if you don't get into your dream school, your life is over. Because it's not true. You don't even know what your dream school is till you go there. A lot of people like me go to the school, transfer out. A lot of people go to community college and then transfer into the school they want. It's a growing period. College is definitely an experiment, and it takes time to find the right place. And a lot of people don't have the resources to go visit college campuses. So I know a lot of people dream about going to the East Coast, and when they go, it's really cold and so different and shocking that they can't, that emotionally it can hurt them. So I'm immediately hoping that we address that issue, that she doesn't need to get into her dream school. But I also know the whole premise of the story is that she's going to run for prom queen to get a scholarship, because this is a really affluent neighborhood where they give out 10,000 scholarships if you win prom queen, which I've never heard of, but I guess that's a thing. That's a little crazy to me. So yeah, I just didn't like that this whole premise is layered on the fact that she needs to go to this school. I can understand needing to get a scholarship and needing or wanting to get as much money as possible to go to school, but I didn't like the guilt that came with having to go to this particular school because it's her dying mother's wish or whatever it is. That was just, I hope we address that, because that's just not okay. Like, your dream school is just school. It's 4 years of your life. It's a great experience and you should be selective about what you do, but you don't have to go to your dream school. Like, technically, I know a lot of people's dream school is USC. I know for me, I wanted to go to Chapman because they have a great film program for actors acting on film. They have a degree for it, so I wanted to get into Chapman. I didn't get in. But just because you don't get into your dream school doesn't mean you give up, because I also got accepted to LMU and they have a great theater program. So I was like, you know what, let's give it a go, because I'm here to learn and grow and experience things. So I actually lucked out not getting into my dream school. Fruit for thought, man. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep reading this book. I feel like it's gonna be addressed, because I feel like that's how it always is in YA. To drive the plot forward, you're like, really need this thing or really need to get this, and you go for it. So we'll see what happens. But oh yeah, and their culture at their school is just a little like, oh, like crazy, just because they have a Twitter page where they like diss people, and they joked about this kid who like had untied shoes, like his laces weren't tied, tripped and landed in food, and now his social career is over. It just seems a little over the top, because I don't know, I definitely like did not care what people thought about me. I ate alone at lunch, like, but that's just me personally. I understand that other people really care about the social structure. She kind of sounds like she wouldn't care. She seems a little anxious, but she has a good group of friends. But it seems like everyone's really invested in this social structure. I know, like, some people in movies and stuff, that's how it's always looked at. That's how media makes it look. Is that true? How do you guys feel about that? Because, like, did you guys care about Prom Queen all that much? Like, you kind of listen to the drama and you're like, oh, okay, cool. And then you're like, that's me. Maybe it's just because I have no fucks. I'm just like, oh, you tripped and fell on your food? Are you okay? Moving on. I don't know. And it's not like high school was so long ago. And I know college, a lot of people were like that, cared about that they couldn't eat alone because it's like it looks bad. But in reality, most people eat by themselves. It's like, I don't have time to go find friends to go eat lunch with. I have class in 30 minutes and I need to eat. So I just think that's just interesting. It's super high school, like, yep, I could totally see that. Young adult struggling to be like, I need to be perfect or I'll be judged or bullied. I guess it's just really magnified here. So it's just like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. But I'm gonna keep reading it and let you know how I feel. So I figured I'd give you a little reading update. I am on my couch. I am 80 pages into You Should See Me in a Crown, and if I'm being honest, it's an enjoyable story. Definitely not a 5-star story yet. We'll see if anything happens. But I'm also really happy that I've read that it's a queer book, because I think she's gonna like this girl Mac in the book, because there's this kind of cute bad guy like used to be friends with, and now he's like dissed me because we were in high school when I wasn't cool enough for him. Like, there's that character in this book, and I'm really interested to see his arc, because you know those are the people that normally has a like a redeeming arc and like ends up with the girl at the end. And I don't want that, because I'm actually quite tired of like these bad guys who are being mean and basically kind of like low-key racist for like 4 years, and then suddenly they're like good people again because they like remember how good of a person you are. It's very annoying. He's in this story, and like I bet he's just like a nice person. It's just he's behaving like a shitty person, so you know what, that balances out to being just rude. So yeah, so this character's in this story, so I'm interested to see what happens to him and his arc, because clearly I don't think he's gonna end up with the girl. And I think You Should See Me in a Crown, like, it kind of sounds like she's gonna win. So, I don't know. Does she end up winning with him? Like, I kind of feel like he's gonna have a redemption arc. I feel it happening. And I kind of just, like, how is that gonna play out? But yeah, this school's also very ridiculous. So, I don't know. My suspension of disbelief is just, like, struggling just a little bit. But you know, it's okay, you know. I'm rolling with it. It is fun. I am liking it. Yeah, I'll keep you updated. So it's a little later. It is 8:14. I am still reading You Should See Me in a Crown. I'm 180 pages in. I think my goal is just to finish this tonight. I was gonna try and read 2 books, but that's probably not gonna happen. But yeah, I made a new cup of tea, guys. That means there's some serious reading about to go down. But yeah, I'm so far really liking it. I think the best part about this book is the romance between the 2 characters, Mac and Liz. I think they're very cute, and I'm interested to see how the coming out aspect plays into this. So it's gonna be interesting. I have a good feeling about it. I am still struggling a little bit with the world setting, just because it's so outlandish. Like, I kind of just want to ask, like, Leo, what school did you go to? Hello, good morning, it's the next day. It's actually pretty late. It's already 10 a.m. and my hair is a mess, so we're just gonna ignore that. I need to edit and upload this video still. We have packed the rest of this house, so my house is super empty. I don't know if you can tell by that hallway. I'm the only thing that's left in this house. So that's what I've been doing this morning, and that's why this video is probably out a little late. So my apologies. So I'm gonna quickly wrap up. I read You Could See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. I think I decided to land on a 4-star with this. I thought the romance in this was super cute. These birds, man, they are way too loud for my liking. So rude. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay. So I decided on a 4-star for this. I really loved the romance in this, actually. I think it was my favorite part. The anxiety rep seemed really good. The sickle cell rep actually seemed pretty good. I'm actually very surprised because I feel like I've read so many books with sickle cell like representation, but not a single book with diabetic representation, and that's just weird to me. Like, I'm really glad they're starting to represent more illnesses, but it's just interesting that it seems that sickle cell seems to be the most popular illness that people, probably because it's so debilitating and awful, but at the same time I feel like there's other illnesses that could be represented. Like, y'all, if I'm missing out, let me know if there's a diabetic book out there in YA, because I would love that. I think I need that still. Man, at this point I feel like I need to write it, but yeah. So 4-star. The only aspects I didn't like is that the world, these birds, I'm gonna kill somebody. So the only thing I didn't like about this is that the world in this was a little unbelievable at times. This prom world, it's just a little hard to believe, especially in the beginning, because everyone was like following, it felt like Gossip Girl almost. And you know, Gossip Girl was very much, it's fun and it's great, but at the same time the believability was sometimes, you know, a little lost, but it's just still a fun time. So it wasn't bad, but at the beginning I was just like, this is crazy. And then I also kind of didn't like the pressure she put on herself to get into this certain perfect school of hers, and that her life had to follow this certain path. She does break that mold towards the end, but not as much as I'd want. She broke the mold in her feeling comfortable within herself and things like that. But these birds, man. But it didn't really talk about her after high school influences, how, you know, getting into your perfect college or not getting into your perfect college or not having the money for it, like that there's other options. But this whole book was like, the only way I can go to this school is if I become prom queen. So it was a little unbelievable, but I did still like it. I think this is super fun. So yeah, really enjoyed it. And now I'm gonna start day 5 officially. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for 4K. This is so crazy. Oh my god. Thank you times a million. I'm so ecstatic, and I hope this video gave you a little more sunshine. Goodbye.